God is never late. But, and this is the part that frustrates us to our core, He is rarely early. He is always maddeningly right on time. Here is why your delay is actually a blessing in disguise. You know the feeling. It sits in your chest like a stone. It is the feeling of being left behind. You have been told 1,000 times to trust the timing of your life, to have faith, to let go. But let's be real for a second. When you are stuck at a red light while everyone you know seems to be speeding down the highway of their dreams, trust feels like a consolation prize for the losers. You open your phone, and the algorithm feeds you a highlight reel of your own inadequacy. Engagements, promotions, keys to new houses, incredible vacations in Italy. And in the middle of that noise, a quiet, heavy voice in your heart asks the question you are too afraid to say out loud. When is it going to be my turn? Why is it happening for them and not for me? What if the biggest myth we have been sold about divine timing is that it is something you just have to passively wait for? Like it is some kind of cosmic lottery ticket you just have to hope you stumble upon one day? That is a lie. And it is a dangerous one because it keeps you paralyzed. We are going to gently pull that myth apart. We are going to explore a different truth. Divine timing isn't about waiting at all. It is a powerful kinetic force you can actively work with, starting right now, to unlock the life that is already waiting for you. Stay with me, because what we are about to unpack can shift you from a place of powerless waiting to one of empowered co-creation. Let's just be honest with each other about the agony of the in-between. This space, the gap between planting the seed and seeing the sprout, is psychological torture. It is the silence between the moment a prayer leaves your lips and the moment the answer lands in your life. And in this silence, doubt grows like a weed. Anxiety becomes a roommate you can't kick out. You might be doing all the right things. You are visualizing, you are journaling, you are working your tail off, but your reality looks stubbornly unchanged. You apply for that dream job, you send the perfect email, and all you hear is the deafening silence of an empty inbox. You put yourself out there, hoping for a partner, but your life feels like a revolving door of bad coffee dates, small talk, and ghosting. You want to feel abundant, but you can't stop checking your banking app with that familiar knot of nausea in your stomach. When we are in that state, we start telling ourselves a really painful story. The story that we have been forgotten. That the universe has a backlog of prayers, and ours got lost in the mail. We start to believe that we're not good enough, not ready, or just not chosen. Comparing ourselves to others becomes a thief of joy. It makes us feel like we are running a race we were destined to lose before the starting gun even went off. This creates resistance. It's like a low-grade panic humming just beneath your skin. So you try to force things. You grip onto outcomes with white knuckles. You try to manipulate the text message, control the interview, force the relationship. But it feels like pushing a boulder uphill, doesn't it? The more you push, the more exhausted you get, and the further away your dreams seem to drift. This struggle is the result of a deep misunderstanding of what divine timing actually is. We are operating on faulty maps. We are believing 3 specific myths that are stripping us of our power. Myth number 1. Divine timing is a bus stop. This is the idea that you are just sitting on a bench, hands folded, waiting for a cosmic bus to pick you up. This belief suggests your only job is to do nothing. But the universe responds to energy. It responds to movement. When you believe timing requires passivity, you shut down your own creative engine. You stop taking risks. You stop growing. You stop living your life now because you are waiting for your real life to start later. That isn't faith. That is stagnation. Myth number 2. You have no control. This turns you into a puppet. It suggests life is just something that happens to you. When things don't work out, you say, "Well, I guess it wasn't meant to be." While that offers temporary relief, it is ultimately a victim mindset. A more empowering view is that you are a co-creator. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, they are the signal you are broadcasting. If you think you are a passenger, you will never take the wheel. And myth number 3, the one that breaks hearts. Delay is denial. When the thing we want doesn't show up on our Google Calendar schedule, we take it as a final no. A closed door feels like a barricade. We think, I missed my window. But what if the delay isn't a rejection? What if the delay is actually a form of intense, high-level protection? What if that closed door is simply a redirection to a safer, bigger room down the hall? This myth causes us to mourn a blessing as if it were a curse. So, here is the pivot. Here is the perspective shift that changes the game. What if divine timing isn't a passive wait, but an active dance? What if the universe isn't a withholding parent, but a master choreographer? It isn't just preparing the blessing for you, it is preparing you for the blessing. The time that passes isn't empty, it is sacred. It is the dark room where the photo is developing. When you get this, the frustration of waiting transforms into the curious faith of preparing. You stop demanding, "Are we there yet?" and start asking, "What am I learning right now?" So how do we do this? How do we stop white-knuckling the steering wheel? It comes down to 3 techniques. Technique number 1, the great reframe. From this moment on, you are no longer waiting. You are preparing. Waiting is passive. Preparing is active. Think about the lottery. Statistics show that nearly 70% of lottery winners end up broke within a few years. Why? Because they received the blessing before they had the container to hold it. The blessing crushed them. The universe loves you too much to give you something that will crush you. If you want a promotion, you don't wait. You prepare by becoming the leader now. If you want a partner, you don't wait. You prepare by healing your attachment style and becoming the person you want to date. You expand your container so that when the blessing pours in, you don't spill a drop. Look back at your life. I guarantee you can find a time where a no saved you from a disaster you couldn't see coming. Technique number 2, active surrender. This sounds like a contradiction, but it is the secret sauce. Surrender isn't giving up. It is giving over. It is releasing the rigid attachment to how it happens. Imagine trying to swim up a raging river. That is what you are doing when you try to force timing. Active surrender is getting in a canoe and paddling with the current. You are still steering, you are still moving, but you are using the river's power, not fighting it. Try a ritual of release. Write down your timeline, your demands, your anxiety. Burn the paper. Bury it. Tell your subconscious, I am done carrying this. Then practice active patience. Bring yourself into the present. What can you see right now? What can you enjoy right now? As it is written, those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. That strength isn't built in the future, it is built in the now. Technique number 3, the quantum leap. This is where we get mystical. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. You need to live in the as-if. This isn't fake it till you make it. It is an energetic alignment. How would I feel if my dream were already here? Would you be anxious? No. You would be peaceful. You would be secure. You would be grateful. Your job is to cultivate those feelings today, before the physical evidence arrives. Walk into the room like you already have the job. Date like you already know you are worthy of love. Spend money with the mindset of abundance, not scarcity. When you live from the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you become a vibrational match for the reality. That is when the synchronicities start. That is when you see the numbers. That is when the phone rings. You are the choreographer of this dance. The feeling of being stuck is just you trying to waltz when the universe is playing a tango. Stop fighting the music. You are not waiting. You are preparing. You are not controlling. You are aligning. You are not missing out. You are becoming. Release the timeline. Trust that what is meant for you cannot miss you. It is not a matter of if. It is a matter of when you become the person who can hold. You are exactly where you need to be, not a second late. If this brought you peace, hit the like button. And I want to know, look back at your life. Tell me a story in the comments about a time when a delay or a closed door turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to you. Let's prove to each other that the timing is always perfect. Trust the journey.